Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, in JNCIA Lab playlist, we will learn how to configure OSPF on a Juniper router step by step using CLI. This will help you for your certification and hands-on lab experience. Let's go through a small nuggets on OSPF. OSPF abbreviation is Open Shortest Path First, is a link state routing protocol, and it uses the link bandwidth and convert into cost, and that uses as a metric in OSPF routing calculation. And OSPF does support different areas for scalability, and area 0 is the backbone area. If you wanna send traffic between different areas, that has to flow through the area 0. Even though those areas are directly connected, the traffic will not pass through the different areas without they are connecting through area 0. And OSPF is considered as a fast convergence than RIP, and it uses hello and dead interval to track the neighborship states. And also, the routes will be shared via different LSA packets. So those will not cover in this theory. We'll cover it in theory, but for now, just understand the theory so that it will be easy for you to do the configuration. So here we'll cover only the configuration part. So let's log into the routers and I'll explain the topology, also the OSPF configurations. Okay, let's see. So these are the four routers, okay, in my topology that I'm going to build up in the area 0. So here you can see on the left hand side there are 8 routers that we will use this for the different area. You can see this is my topology. Let me show you. So you can see this is my complete topology, okay, and this we will use in next videos because I want to deploy the multi areas in next videos. Okay, for now we will use only this four routers for the OSPF area 0. I did pre-config, as I said, I did pre-configured the IP address in all the routers as well as the loopback. Loopback configured easily 1.0, 2.0.0.1 and R3 3.0.0.1 and router 4 4.0.0.1 for the ECUs. Okay, let's start. So I already have the reachability and already the IP address is configured. You would like to know how to do the IP address configuration, you can refer our previous video. Okay, for to configure OSPF, you need to enter into there are two options. First, we'll go to the option 1, set protocol, OSPF. Then you can configure which area. As I mentioned, I'll be configure this router in the backbone area. So I will use area 0. Then you can see there are other options. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do an interface. So my interface here is 0.0.0/0. And there are other options also you have. So whether the link is point to point or it's a broadcast. So other options also that you will be able to configure. But for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it as default. Let's see what is set by using the show commands. So set protocol OSPF area 0 interface. Let's see what is the other interface here. Okay, we use set command over there. So what we will do, we use edit here. Set edit protocol OSPF. Then we will go edit area 0. We can go step by step in the hierarchy. Okay. Then we will set the interface. Set interface gig 0/0/0.0. Set interface gf 0/0/2.0. So there is a difference. I'll tell you what is the difference. If you see here what we have configured here, we'll have to use the complete hierarchy from set protocol OSPF area gig 0/0 for call the both the interface. But if I go using edit, right, and one by one in the hierarchy, I can go directly into this and then I can set the interface directly. So it's up to you which one you want to use it. Here you can see that both the interfaces are called. So I'm gonna commit. So I'll do the same configuration in the okay. Let me commit. I'll start from R1 again. Show OSPF neighbor. Okay. I can see the neighbor is up. Show IP OSPF. Sorry, it's in this command. Sorry. Show OSPF interface. Means you can verify. So what are the interface that is called under OSPF? Here you can see. Okay. Here you can see when we configured this routers, right? So what happens is they use a broadcast because only in broadcast there will be a DR and BDR will be there. But in case of point to point, you won't see that. Okay, now we have the neighborships are formed. Let's track from here, run. Sorry, I'm already in the operations mode. Show OSPF interface. When I enter brief, right? Let's go with extensive. Okay, here you can see the interface. Okay, and what is the MTU of the interface and what is the cost and who's a DR BDR, and you can see the hello and dead interval, right? Hello every 10 seconds it will send the hello message to the neighbor, and if I don't receive within the 40 seconds I will declare that neighbor as a down. So you can see the type is LAN. That means it's a broadcast. So we can change it also. We can change the OSPF neighborship as point to point as well. Let's do that. Let's add one more command, point to point. So that will change the neighborship to point to point. Let's change it and do the verification. So what we will do, let's do only for one interface, right? So what I have done the configuration towards R1 and R2. See, the neighborship is down now because one end is configured as a point to point, on the other end it is broadcast. Show, run, show OSPF interface. Here you can see earlier earlier the same interface was LAN, which is mean broadcast. Now we can see after we change to point, here it is point to point. Now the OSPF between R1 and R2 is down. So let's do Let's go and change in R2. Set protocol OSPF area 0 and gig 0 interface type P2P. Okay, I'm gonna commit it. Let's see now the OSPF will come up. If not coming up, then we'll do the troubleshooting. If it easier work, then we will see the troubleshooting in future videos. Yes, now you can see my OSPF neighborship is up after I changed my interface to point to point. Let's verify the but let's verify the routing table. Show route. One more interesting is okay. So here you can see when we enable OSPF, we only enable the interface. We didn't enable the loopbacks. Okay. See here you can see when we did the configuration, we did enable the OSPF on the interfaces, but we didn't enable the this loopbacks under the OSPF. That's why we won't be able to reach the loopbacks now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this loopbacks into the OSPF and do the routing table verification. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. I'm gonna paste this and commit. Sorry, I didn't copy it properly. So copy and pasting is also one of the important tasks. Surprised. Okay, now it is copied properly. Now I'm gonna execute this another routers quickly. Okay, now I did enable this interface, loopback interface and the OSPF. Now let me check the route table. Yes, now you see the in route table here, right? I can see all the routers loopback. Here you can see we have multipath is available because from router 1 you can see to reach router 3 there are two paths. One is via router 2, another via is router 4. In each router if you check there will be one multipath will be there. Show route. Here you can see. Okay. Let's do a quick ping check between R1 and R3. That's a better one. Run, which is not directly connected. Let's go to the topology and see. Okay, R1 R3 is not directly connected. Let's do the ping verification. Ping 3.1. My source is 1.1 con 5. Okay, now we did verify the ping is working fine between R3 and R1. Sorry, R1 and R3 and vice versa. To the other routers also it will work. And hope you guys like the video. And if you guys have any doubts, you can do a comment. And if you need more videos or in-depth troubleshooting also, you can request. I'll be able to do the configuration and explain it to you guys. And stay tuned for the next video in our series in JNCIA Lab for multi-area OSPF configuration. Thank you very much for watching.